You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Finish him.
Retro video game. Talk about gaming. Talk about 90s culture. Talk about hip hop. You know what I'm saying?
Perfect.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Retro and Rare podcast episode for a fiscal Friday. Because motherfuckers got their $1,200. People are balling out now. You got your $1,200, Doyle?
Yeah.
What did you buy?
I bought a water filter.
You didn't buy Star Fox Weekend?
No.
What about that Jurassic Park thing I sent you?
It's alright.
That statue of the Stegosaurus and they're rubbing the belly and it's got your boy. It was $900.
Triceratops.
Oh, it's Triceratops. Excuse me. I said Stegosaurus. Stegosaurus, which one is that?
That's the one with the spikes in the back.
Yeah, why did I get them confused? I don't know. I'm not a dinosaur guy. You're a Jurassic Park guy, so I'll give that to you. Anyway, welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We are here for a bonus episode on a Friday. I have had Doyle risk his life once again through the COVID-19 pandemic. Now, you went to a gas station on the way here, and they wouldn't let you in because
The face masks, no face masks.
you don't have a mask. Now, did you not read the news? You know it's illegal, right? Like, he can hit you with like a $600 ticket.
Well, let me get a face mask for free then. Fuck it.
No, you got to buy them. Resellers, bro. The resellers got the face mask for about $200. You can get a Louis Vuitton one if you're a real douchebag. That looks pretty cool. Anyway, face mask. I like the people that think the face masks are saving them from getting the disease. The face masks are so for you have it, you're not coughing and giving it out. Nobody's really following instructions correctly with this whole thing, which is why I just say barricaded in my home. I had my delivery of food yesterday. I wiped it all down with the disinfectant wipes. I felt weird doing it, but I'm like... Now, the guy who delivered my food was like... He came through like Darth Vader. He was in all kind of masks and gloves and all kind of shit. So, shout out to him, though. I mean, I appreciate him doing that. I prefer it over than just... You know, sketchy dude like you walking up to my door. Can you imagine? God. You delivering food, bro? I would be freaked out. I'd say, you know what? I'm good, man. Just go ahead and get off my property now. Yeah. So anyway, bonus episode, ladies and gentlemen. I want to run through a couple things real quick. Number one, appreciate the support on the show. I asked you guys to repost the way you watch the show and stuff. You did see a lot of people did repost and show love, which was really nice. And I definitely appreciated that. And continue to do so. If you're watching this episode, throw it up on the gram. Let us know how you're checking out the show, and I'll repost it on the page. It gets some traction for the show. Lets more people know about the show.
We need to beat the algorithms.
Algorithm, that's rough. That's the hardest fight of my life, dog. I was saying that I did an experiment yesterday where I went live, because I go live like almost every day now, and I talk to some people, and it's cool. Definitely noticed a decrease in the amount of people that come through the live. Now, I figured, well, maybe I'm just a douchebag and people hate me now, and they realize, uh-oh, jig is up. This kid's really a stupid fuck, and we don't like him. We're not going to go to his live. Or nobody's getting notified that this shit's going on. So what I did was I went on live, and literally next to no people were coming in the room. I'm like, oh, whatever. It's not a big deal. So I went live on the Retro and Rare podcast page, which has significantly less followers than the normal Retro and Rare page, right? I had more people in that live than I did on mine. Now, I've thought for a while, my page has been shadow banned. I still haven't fully figured out what the fuck that means, but essentially, for whatever reason, Instagram, just like a lot of accounts, it ain't just me, some reason or another, not as many people are seeing my content or others' content. I remember years ago having a quarter of the following and triple the interaction. Now, this goes back to the same argument we've always had about chronological order in the timeline, the way you're posting, whatever. I don't really know what it is. I don't know how to beat it. I don't really care. All I care about is if you fuck with the page, then, you know, check out the content. It just sucks that it seems like I'm putting out shit and not people aren't seeing it. So, I don't know. Have you noticed any of that too? Like where you follow certain people and you're like, damn, I haven't seen a post from them in a while. You go to their page, there's like 50 pictures. You're like, what?
Yeah, I usually have to scroll down. Like, I usually have to go through a lot of people's pages to see, like, what's been posted, who's posted.
I hate even talking about it. Like I always say, to me, it's the cringiest thing ever. You sound like you're complaining about not getting likes and comments.
And I only have like 500 people that I follow, and
yeah,
it's tough.
I actually narrowed down the people that I follow recently because I did follow a lot of bullshit pages, a lot of people that haven't posted since 2017, blah, blah, blah. But I'm just noticing that's like, it's just weird, man, and it sucks. It really sucks but I appreciate people like Destroy. I went on Destroy's every weeknight from 7 to 8 on at Destroy, literally DSTROY, legendary hip hop figure from New York, did a live where he's showcasing people's collections. You essentially go on there, you tell him you collect stuff, he'll connect with you live, and you get to show the people the shit. And last week I did my collection, and he went nuts with the Wu-Tang controller, with the purple tape jersey, and it was great. It was really refreshing to show people that haven't seen the collection. See, what happens is, just like me and you, we come in this room and we're numb to it. It's the norm. It's something that we've been doing forever. When people that haven't seen this shit, even people that follow me for a long time, are kind of like, yeah, they know the setup, it's whatever. People that haven't seen anything like this and are into it, it's the greatest thing in the world, bro. That's why I do this. So I got off Destroy's live, bro, my mentions and my follows and it was crazy. And I go, oh, every once in a while I'm reminded, I'm like, it's Instagram not showing this shit correctly that's inhibiting from the page growing. It's preventing the growth of the show. It's preventing the growth of the page and this little brand that we got going on. We're going to fight through it. We'll just grind through it. It is frustrating, though. And it is bullshit. I'm a believer that good content wins out at the end of the day. But it does suck to have to go through like this kind of bullshit. I don't know. I don't want to harp on it too much. Speaking of which, more exposure, right? Shout out to Hypebeast and Hypebeast Gaming. My boy Ian over there. We're going to be doing a feature on the collection. We've confirmed it. They hit me up a while back. They thought I lived in New York. They're based in New York. They were going to come by and do this whole thing. Obviously, corona outbreak, not good. And B, I don't live in New York anymore. I'm in Florida. So they kind of said, damn, we would love to do a feature, but we kind of thought, blah, blah, blah. Well, I got an email a week ago stating like, hey, we're circling back. We actually still would really like to do the feature. Is there any way that maybe we'll send you the questionnaire and you guys can come and do some photos and blah, blah, blah. So you're going to take some photos after this. We're going to send it through. I've already done the questionnaire, which I worked on all fucking night. I typed my life story away on that fucking shit. It's really cool, though, because I kind of went into, they asked, how I got into collecting, what are my favorite games, what are the most expensive pieces in the collection. There's a lot that went into it. And I think, I went on the website and I will look through their other features they've done. It looks really cool, and I'm excited to be a part of it. Hypebeast has like 9 million followers. Like, hopefully people get to see the, what's going on here and they enjoy it. So, because at the end of the day, I hate to sound like an attention whore. That's not why I'm doing this. But what's the point of doing all this if no one gets to see it? You know what I'm saying? Why bother putting all this out if no one's going to see it? I mean, I can enjoy all this by myself, but over the last few years, I've really enjoyed sharing this with people that fuck with this. You know what I mean? So we'll see what happens.
I got to do all the work again.
I know. And without me cracking the fucking whip, you wouldn't get it done. You wouldn't get it fucking done, would you? Exactly. You wouldn't. You need me, just like we just had a discussion, right? Ladies and gentlemen, we did the experiment last week where I asked everyone and their mother, what's better for us to do? Upload the show early or late? What do you prefer? 10 out of 10, early.
Oh, the lecture again, right?
Yeah, it's lecture time. They call me Lex Luger. And here's the thing. Get to my house early. Get to my house when I tell you to get to my house so we can do the fucking podcast and upload it at a normal time. Just because you like to stay up till 5 in the morning and watch Pokemon and play your little Switch and do your Animal Crossing fishing, I have to suffer. The people have to suffer. And look, the people are starting to turn on you. It's in the comments already. Check the comments from last week. We got a bunch of people calling you a scumbag, and there's multiple thumbs up. And it wasn't me doing it from burner accounts either. Those are real people that hate you. You got to comply. Comply or die. That's it. So when I tell you to get here at noon, you get here at noon. You don't stay up till 5 and then tell me you go to get your sleep in. What kind of fucking mongrel are you? If your job told you to be there at noon, you don't show up at 3 in the afternoon and say, oh, I was just playing Animal Crossing late. I'm sorry I didn't show up. So you're telling me, fuck our friendship for 15 years. If I pay you to be here, you'll be here.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll pay you.
Oh.
What are they paying people in China to put together Nike shoes? Because that's what I'm going to pay you. I'll give you an hourly wage to sit here. You edit the video. You know what I'm saying? But if you don't show up on time, I'm going to execute you. That might actually be good content. That might be a good climax to all of my frustrations, is me finally just murdering you. Now, granted, I'm just self-incriminating myself, but all you have to do is say, allegedly. Now it's not. It no longer holds up in court because I said allegedly.
You got to show this video to the feds.
Yeah, well, they're probably watching it already anyway. They're looking into it, so.
Oh, we got topics?
Yeah, let's go for topics. That was enough of the intro to the show.
All right, so we got the horse on ESPN.
Oh my God. You said you didn't watch this. I think we talked about it. I understand ESPN, all the networks are really hurting for content. I get it. There's not much you can do. But guys, the quality of the video, the delays on the audio. Just show me vintage NBA games all night. I don't try to innovate and go, let's go to Chauncey Billups' house and he's playing Mike Conley and they're doing a remote horse. I love it on paper. But when you have Mike Conley's daughter and Chauncey Billups' son holding up their fucking phones and that's how they're filming this.
TikTok videos?
It's horrible, bro. No, it's not TikTok video, but what I'm saying is they're essentially doing FaceTime with each other and then broadcasting it to the people. Choppy frames, horrible audio, and what they did was they have a host. I forget the dude's name. You'd know him if you saw him. He's not Ahmad Rashad, but he's Ahmad Rashad kind of dude. He explains midway through every single segment, just so you guys know, like what they do is they hide it and they're trying to give the families of the players a shout out. Really want to shout out the families of Chauncey Billups and Mike Conley doing all the filming for us due to the COVID-19. We couldn't send our camera crews out there. Oh, so that's why this looks like shit. And let's blame it on the 10-year-old. Like, no, ESPN, send your high-res cameras in the mail with brief instructions. Now, I know that they're not camera operators. There has to be a better way. And the same thing goes for, and I'm not hating on anyone, the same thing goes for, like, I've been waiting for Joe Budden's podcast to come back. I appreciate that they came back. Well, they're doing like the Skype calls and they're walking all over each other. Horrible audio quality, by the way, and the video's disgusting. It ruins the dynamic of the show.
I'm like the Jurassic Park guy. I'm so underappreciated in my time.
Shut the fuck up. Doyle, what do you need in life, bro? You need someone to give you a hug and tell you you're doing a good job. Are you one of those guys?
I need recognitions.
That's what it is. So you're one of the, okay, I didn't know that. So Doyle, I want to thank you for driving here today during a pandemic.
Risking my life over here.
Risking your life and coming to my house 3 fucking hours late, you scumbag piece of shit. Don't show up to my house late anymore.
It's better.
Sorry, that came out. I meant to cut it off on the compliments and I just... I might start doing yoga. Maybe that'll calm me down. You ever done yoga, Doyle?
No.
Or is Animal Crossing your yoga?
Yeah, pretty much.
You just chill. You put on what do you put on? Phil Collins in the background and go fishing? I don't know. Give me another topic, man. I'm starting to lose it. It's early in the show. I'm starting to lose it.
All right, we got the new Jaguar system.
Well, it's not new Jaguar system. I've been thinking recently about picking up a Jaguar. It's really the only frontier of a system that I remember from the 90s. You know, we used to have a Jaguar. Let me tell you a brief story. There was I believe they were Middle Eastern. And the younger brother's name was Faraz. And the older brother's name was Nabi. And Nabi was this beast of a martial arts dude. He was like, when he was like a senior in high school, I was a freshman, I think. But everybody knew Nabi. You don't fuck with Nabi. He fucked people up. He was jacked. They were into all kind of shit. And Nabi rapped too. They made this fucking mixtape. It was funny. His famous line was, call the cops. Don't get me. Nobody knows this. Like, not even one person. But the reason I bring it up was, I remember I used to hang out with his younger brother, Faraz. I was like 2 years older then. And we used to go to the house. And their house was incredible, by the way. It was very extravagantly Middle Eastern. It was just beautiful. Like, the art. And I remember, like, it was in Long Island. It wasn't, like, out of my neighborhood. But but they had an Atari Jaguar. And we used to play Bruce Lee, The Story of Bruce Lee, I think it was called. It wasn't a great game. It was like a fighting game with Bruce Lee, but I just loved it because I love Bruce Lee. And There was a few other games, Alien vs. Predator. And I just remember playing the Jaguar, and I remember the controller. I mean, everyone knows it now. But I remember the keypad on the controller, and it was just big clunky thing, and I never really fucked with it. Fast forward years later, I never got into it as a collectible in my collection. I kind of thought about it here and there. I picked up at a garage sale once Alien vs. Predator for Jaguar, and it was sealed, and I got it for next to nothing. I ended up trading in that game to the local game shop here. I didn't really give a fuck about it, but recently I've been thinking, maybe get back into it. My only issue, my only apprehension is I'm going to buy it. I'm going to buy 3 or 4 games, and then it's going to sit there. And I'm trying to get away from that. I'm trying to actually make sure that a lot of these games are getting played instead of sitting on the goddamn shelf. And I feel like I'm not, like the 3DO is a system for me that's on the fringe, where there's some good games for it, and I try to play it every once in a while, just playing Wolfenstein. That's like Wolfenstein on the 3DO. If you guys are into Wolfenstein 3D, 3DO version is so fucking good. You're just murking Nazis left and right. It's so good. Love that game. And Road Rash. So 3DO, you got Road Rash. I was going to say fucking your favorite game. Your favorite game on 3DO is
Jurassic Park.
No. Oh, remember you bought that? So Doyle bought Jurassic Park Interactive on 3DO, which is a point-and-click adventure game. He went on eBay and spent like $60 on a fucking game. Nice presentation.
CIB.
All black box. It was nice. And there was a hole in the disc. Remember? You gave me, you were so excited. You came over. This is years ago now. You came over. You're like, yo, I got you a 3DO game. Yo, check it out. Jurassic Park. Cool. Yo, manual. Yo, this thing's crispy. And I'm like, oh, it's an action adventure game though, bro. It's going to be horrible. It's like point and click and slow. It's like Myst or, bro, we take the disc out. There's a fucking hole. It's not a big hole, but there's a pinhole. You see through it. The data was gone. The disc never worked. That thing is still around here somewhere. But
I think I got it for free because I think, I complained.
Oh, did you? You're one of those guys, huh? I can't hate on you for that. If
Well,
you got
I
it,
paid for it.
I know. If you got a disc with a hole in it, and it wasn't advertised, you know what I mean?
They let me keep it.
eBay is getting sketchy with that stuff. I think, man. I've been seeing a lot of people recently, with some big eBay beefs, like people that buy shit and they have it, and then they get the full refund. Like eBay returns their money. Like I've seen like the seller like decline the return, and like somehow, some way through a dispute, eBay actually gives the money back. I don't know. And I know it's case-by-case basis, but man, hey, PayPal friends and family, y'all ain't fucking with me. That's why I do PayPal friends and family. All sales are final. Finito. I don't know. But, I don't know. We got a short topic you can give me before we go to the next segment, item of the day, where I could show the beautiful R-Wing.
Oh, all right. So we got last one over here would be the PolyMega.
Oh, the PolyMega. I'll talk about it for a couple minutes. So the PolyMega system, that's an all-in-one, supposed to play Sega Saturn. That's the big thing. They claim they can play Sega Saturn discs. Sega Saturn hasn't been cracked in a way where you're playing a Saturn disc on any other piece of hardware but a Model 1, a Model 2, Japanese, whatever. Also plays PlayStation 1 discs. That's what gets me excited about this. The fact that it plays disc-based retro games. They have things like this that came out that play the cartridges. Now the PolyMega, way higher piece of quality hardware than, let's say, something like the Retrobit thing, which I'm not hating on. Shout out to people at Retrobit. Apparently they're releasing the PolyMega though in parts. Like if you want to have the part that plays the SNES, that's an attachment. It's kind of versatile like that. I did speak to the people over at PolyMega. I've been actually speaking with them throughout the development of it. They're supposed to be sending a media kit, which is a console and some accessories. I haven't received it yet, and we'll see, but I am excited about it. And I think for more on the it's funny because I think it's made for more on the casual gamer side, because otherwise why not just have a separate Saturn, separate PlayStation, separate everything? Brings it into one. I believe it's HDMI out, and I'm into it. I don't know. I'll probably just be a psychopath the rest of my life and continue to buy more screens and more systems, hook them up that way, and enjoy my fucking life. Sounds good, right? All right, motherfuckers, you know what time it is. It's time for item of the day. Today's item. Doyle, I'm doing a full barrel roll. How do you feel?
You gotta fucking calm down with that.
I know. Now, this is Doyle's, ladies and gentlemen. This is not mine. This is Doyle. He spent, what was it, your liver you gave for this? This is a very, very, very nice R-Wing.
But you didn't say dual barrel.
Do a barrel roll. And your boy Peppy died. I feel
Damn
bad
it.
about it. R-Wing number 156.
Zoom in.
Nope. Touch camera, die. Even in the pandemic. I may not touch you, though, because you might have COVID. I don't know. You are a sketchy individual. So this thing is beautiful. We'll get some B-roll footage of it. We'll do like the typical 5 seconds and piss people off about the B-roll.
First 4 figures.
Is that the company that makes it? Now, how much was this? Let's talk about it. Let's get into the nitty-gritty.
It's usually goes for like $300. I got it for $242, I think, something like that.
$242. That's a nice price. Why did they go to $242?
I had a little coupon.
Oh, okay. Well, that's nice, bro. I mean, what else does this company make? They make other shit like this?
Yeah, they made the Link statue you broke.
What Link statue? I
The
broke?
Breath of the Wild.
Well, how did I break that?
The arrow broke.
Oh, wait, I had one. Did I buy
Yeah.
one?
No, you gave it to me. It's
Oh,
broken.
I gave it to
I
you
gotta
because it
fix it.
broke. I gave it to you
Yeah.
because it broke. Yeah, that's
you
all
didn't
right.
even like the game.
Breath
you
of the
didn't
Wild.
Give it a chance.
Yeah, I did. I watched it. What do you mean? I watched you play. Remember we went to that fucking 5-star resort?
Oh.
Yeah, and you hooked it up, and then we went to a 5-star resort and then hooked up video games. I watched you play it on the Wii U. It wasn't good. I mean, look, the story was cool. I fuck with Zelda. I would prefer to see graphics that were up to par for what the time period, like PS4, Xbox One graphics. That's what I wanted to see on that. I don't like the bullshit artwork from Breath of the Wild. I don't like it. I think it's an easy excuse for Nintendo to act like it's artistic looking and the shell shaded art, like it didn't look good to me.
Mobbling guts.
Yeah, I didn't like it. I wasn't feeling it. But this is cool. I do like this. This is something that it's cool. I might break this too. Is that cool? Does it fly?
Yeah.
If I were to throw it, does it fly?
There's an exclusive edition, but it's too much. It
What-
lights up in the back.
Oh, it's
Just
like
in the back.
500.
Yeah.
Bro, you got your stimulus check, bro. Why don't you buy a new R-Wing? Do it for Peppy, man. I thought you were a fan, bro.
I brought more shit.
You're a fake ass fan. What? Let me see what you brought. Let's just give me it. What did you bring? What did you bring today? What is this? Explain what this is.
It's a Star Fox cartridge with Star Fox,
Yeah, what is this?
Star Fox 2.
Oh, and Star Fox Weekend.
That's not bad.
This is kind of cool. I mean, obviously it's a repro of some sort.
Yeah, but I can't find it anymore.
Well, it's just like when you bought that Star Fox 2 cart, and it came with the box. I mean, now that they put it on the Super Nintendo Mini, but this is kind of cool, I guess. Star Fox looks so sketchy though. What the fuck?
Yo, those dust covers are going up in price.
Oh my
Like
god.
$5 a pop now.
The official one. How much?
$5.
Oh. Yo, you know what went up in price also with the Nintendo branded shell, like the black ones that have the red Nintendo? I have like hundreds of them cuz Brad from the game store gave me a box of them once. Like a box of a bunch of them years ago.
Oh shit.
So I have like, look, almost all my Nintendo games are completely sleeved. That's pretty good, yeah. I don't know. What is this now? So this is Star Fox. Oh, not for resale. 64. Not for resale, demo game only. I like these. Not for resales are cool. I think not for resales are cool. I got caught slipping once on a not for resale though.
What do you mean?
Could have got it for $40. Not
you
this.
do?
No, Majora's Mask. I know. I was an idiot. And I went back and it was gone. I was at what the fuck? Where was I? It was years ago. I was at
Playing trade?
No, it wasn't a game store. It was like it was a flea market. And I was at a flea market and I went to the game thing and I was filming it for Instagram. Like Instagram had just got the story post thing going. And I was filming like a video or I took a picture of like what was it? Like a stack of 64 games, like a shelf. And I remember I posted it and immediately like 4 or 5 people right away DM'd me and were like, "Yo, did you pick up that not for resale Majora's Mask?" I'm like, "No, I saw Majora's Mask there and it had a price. It had a $40 sticker on it." Because that's roughly the going rate for a Majora's Mask, good, give or take. And I was like, "Yeah, but wait, it said not for resale?" Bro, sure as shit. I went back and it was gone. Like, by the time I read the messages and shit and really realized it, though, it was a good half an hour later. But, bro, I went back and the only game missing out of that was that. And I just looked around. I remember standing in the fucking thing and I was looking around.
You're trying to kill him?
And the guy was like, the guy who
Terminator.
owned the shop or the little stand, he was like, "Is there something I can help you with? Something you looking for?" And I was like, "No." I just kept looking. I'm like, did someone just come and I was looking to buy Majora's Mask and you
Taxi driver shit?
yeah. And he was like, no. He goes, yeah. He's like, some little kid just bought it with his mother. I bet you they didn't even know what it was. Damn it, bro. But you know what? The price on that at that time was expensive as shit. I don't think it's worth that much now. I think it's like $150 now. It was like in the multi-hundreds back then.
Yeah, that kid got you though.
I know.
Got you
That
something.
little scum. Honestly, if I would have seen that kid, I would have tried to either buy it, steal it from him, rob them. If I would have found that, I walked around like Terminator. I walked around like T2, just scanning.
Have you seen this kid?
Yeah, I was looking for John Connor. I love when the T-1000 shows up at the house. How you doing? The way he talks. I'm looking for John Connor. Remember when he went to look for him at the Galleria? When they went to that was the arcade in Terminator 2. Your boy from Salute My Shorts. He was like John Connor's boy. And fucking, they were playing Afterburner. Remember Afterburner? They were playing it. He's like, yo, man, get out of here. The cops are looking for you. God, I love that fucking movie, bro. She's not my mother, Todd. How many years, like, some people know this because we've talked about this before. How many years did I spend because when we call each other on the phone, it's never, yo, what's up, bro? What are you doing? It's always a movie line. Usually it's Donnie Brasco. I think I'm locked into that forever. You call me or I call you, pick up the phone, Donnie. You don't even realize we do that. We just say Donnie. It's kind of weird. It used to be, your foster parents are dead. from Terminator 2. When T-1000 goes to the foster parents' house, and remember your homeboy's drinking the milk, and then and then he calls, how's Wolfie? And
that's Arnold Schwarzenegger.
it took me, I'm telling you, when I was a kid, bro, and I figured that out, I thought I was the smartest person in the world. I'm like, oh, because I was like, why did he ask him what the name of his dog was? And then he asked the mother how the dog was doing, but he used the wrong name. And I'm like, I don't get it. Then I realized Terminator was saying, has Wolfie, but the dog's name really isn't Wolfie. And the mother said, Wolfie's just fine. Come home. Where are you? Hangs up the phone. Your foster parents are dead. That's how he figured it out. Because the mother was just saying, like, Wolfie. And it's like, what? Wolfie's not even the dog's name. Dropping gems. I'll still never forget, and I told this story before on the podcast. I went opening night to see Terminator 2. Terminator 2 is one of the most influential movies in my life. It is. I went and saw Terminator 2. My father took me and three of my best friends, and we went to see this shit on opening night in Long Island at the Lowe's Theater on Hempstead Turnpike, and it was packed, bro. Like, I've never seen a movie theater like this. Like, to this day, I've never seen so many people outside tickets. I didn't think we were going to get in. Bro, the power went out in the theater midway through. Midway. Desert scene. Sarah Connor, no feet. Gone. Emergency lights came on. Screen shuts off. People were ready to riot, bro. That was opening night. All right, I'm getting crazy into the memories here. Give me a topic.
No, James Cameron shit. That was a good movie.
Good old James, yeah.
Public Enemy?
Yeah, the Public Enemy shirt, bro.
I need that shit.
Me, right in the fucking... Oh, man, don't get me started, bro.
Now, what about Hypebeast Feature?
We talked about it. We talked about it in the beginning. Mm-hmm. We talked about Hypebeast. They're doing a feature on the fucking collection.
That's serious shit, though.
I know, but we talked about it. We're going to talk about it again. It's that serious? What do you want me to do? I just talked about it 10 minutes ago.
First time in 50 years, Comic-Con canceled.
Yeah, how do you feel? I wanted to talk to you about it. You're more of a Comic-Con guy than I am. How do you feel about that?
We could have done the vlogs.
Well, yeah, I mean, Comic-Con is the big one. You know, that's like the major one. But, yo, first time canceled in 50 years. Dude, and this is what I'm saying. People are not taking this shit serious. There's no way Comic-Con would cancel if it wasn't serious. Not just like, oh, everyone will be fine. No, guys, things are fucked up right now. Like, I don't know how else to tell you. Like, guys, there's no NBA season. It's over. There's no NBA season. There's the NFL draft, and people are getting excited. Excited for what? You really think the NFL is going to kick off? Like everything is cool? The fucking governor or whoever saying the social distancing is going to be in place till after 2021? Like, I don't know how much more, like, serious things need to go for people. And all of a sudden people are like, yeah, but you hear the numbers? The numbers are coming down. It's curving. It's doing this. I don't know why I sound like Joey Diaz, huh? Fucking cocksuckers. The fucking numbers of the corona, it's coming down. I don't know what to tell you. Joe Rogan, I don't know what to tell you. But no, guys, what happens if motherfuckers get it again? What if it comes back? Like, I'm not saying you got to be scared, do scared rat mode the rest of your life. You can't. And I understand the economy can't handle it. But you know what? I don't give a fuck. Hey, U.S. government, do me a favor. Just hit the button on the money machine that says print and just print more money and don't tell anybody. I've been saying that for 10 years. That is my economic solve right there. You print more money, you give people money, you don't tell anybody, nobody knows, people buy shit, everything is fine. I should have been a goddamn economist. I don't know what the fuck I was thinking. You don't think that would work, though?
It's called inflation.
Oh, okay, that's a big word there, sir. Why don't you give me the definition of inflation?
You print out more money and it lowers down in value.
But what if no one knows that you did that? You know what I mean? It's like how many copies of how many copies of House of the Dead did they print for Sega Saturn? A few thousand maybe? What if you found out they were, and that's why it's valuable, right? Because it was a late release and there's not that many of them, blah, blah, blah. What if all of a sudden there's a case of them sitting somewhere? There's like a pallet of 30,000 of them. So it would make that game worth less?
Yeah.
I know. But what if no one ever knew about the pallet of fucking games?
Like E.T.?
Yeah. Yeah, somebody was selling, I saw it on Hippo's page. Somebody was selling what they were claiming was a box that was dug up from there. It was like in dirt and it was in a case. And they were selling it for thousands of dollars. I'm just like, that is incredible though. That they fucking, just think about that. Ready? I'm a developer of a game for an Atari. And we found out the game, once we've already released it, the game is broken. You actually can't play full of the game because you fall in the pit and you can't get out. I vaguely remember why. But you have truckloads full of the game. And you go back to the makers. I forgot who produced it. I don't know if it was first party Atari or whatever. Hey, game's not selling well. People are finding out it's broken. I don't know what to do. What do we do with the rest of them? And the fucking guy goes, just fucking bury him. I don't know. And they actually went out to the desert. Was it Vegas? I think it was. I think it was Vegas. And they buried, I don't know how many thousands of copies of, and that was the myth for a long time until that guy decided, I'm going to pay the money for an excavation in what I think is this area. Like he mapped it. It looks like, well, if in 1978 they did this, it should be right around here. And sure as shit, they dug it up. And what the fuck do you know? Thousands of copies, brand new, dirty and crushed, of E.T. on Atari. Cool. A little fun fact of the day for you. A little nugget of information. That means nothing. All right, give me another topic.
All right, so this one's cool. This one is, how did you start collecting?
Well, you know what? I wrote that there, and I didn't mean me, how I started collecting. I meant people have been writing to me recently. Weirdly, oddly, this happens in like groups and bunches. People want to know how they could get into collecting. They don't really know what to buy. They don't know what to do. They don't know where to start. They don't know anything. And I'll tell you this. You know, there's been a lot of speculation lately about the market of games and where the value of games. I would really encourage you, don't get into it and don't worry about that. I'm not saying be an idiot and spend $500 on a game because you really want it. Find out what games you grew up playing, you remember playing, or if you're a little younger and you just want to get into retro games, kind of, navigate through that a little bit and find out what you're into. And from there, start pricing stuff, right? But in the meantime, get yourself a cute little setup. Get yourself a CRT. If your TV, maybe you have one in your garage that you don't use anymore because, it's funny that CRT TVs went from something that absolutely nobody wants to now they're kind of treasures and people sell them for more money or blah, blah, blah. I would encourage somebody to get a CRT TV, get yourself an NES or whatever system you want to start with, and build it little by little. Find out what you're into. Buy a couple of cheap games on Instagram, on fucking eBay. Go to a thrift store. Maybe you have a PS2 in your fucking closet. I don't fucking know. But just, because to me, that's what started it for me. You sent me a picture of the Retron 3. I saw that. That was something years ago that I remember buying. Because what happened to me was, as far as building the game room, I went up in my attic years ago and stumbled upon my old NES stuff. And that's what sparked me. I've always had this shit kind of laying around, but I wasn't actively playing it as much. I was doing like what a lot of us do, maybe on my phone you have a Game Boy game, or you download a ROM or an emulator and you casually play. But then, like, little by little, like, the memories and the things attached to it started kind of flooding back to me. And I went up there one day and I grabbed that little Sharp TV that was dusty as fuck, and I grabbed my NES and the few games and my Genesis and a couple other random things. I played them and I loved them. And I was like, dude, I miss playing this shit on the real hardware with the real screen and the real everything. And you know what? Next thing you know, psychopath mode, the entire room's filled up with thousands of games and 30 systems and all this shit. So I don't know, man. I think people need to really hone in on what your favorite shit is and start buying shit for it, man. I'm not saying go out there and go ham, but start buying some shit you love, man. And, you know, meeting people, that's what's really cool about this. There's some really cool people out there that are like-minded, that collect shit just like you, and you'll speak to them. They'll give you bro prices on stuff. And karma, gaming karma, you know how I am. Gaming karma is real. Be good to people, they'll be good to you. God bless. Next topic.
What games do you used to start out with, though? NES games?
Yeah. All the NES games, bro.
What about Sega Saturn games?
Well, that was later. You know, Saturn for me was something that my cousin Keith had. And Saturn brought me a lot of great memories because of that. And then I got into Saturn a little bit later. But Saturn was the first, like, major system that I got into when I started collecting, that I bought. I was, like, really into. Which the famous Sega Saturn I have that we nicknamed Derrick Rose because it was injured. We brought it back to life. It's not what it used to be, but it still works. Good old Derrick Rose.
No Japanese?
No. I'm not going to buy import games, bro.
There's good shit for it.
Good. All right, tell me. Go ahead. Give me a good Japanese game.
Mario vs. Street Fighter, I think, is for Sega Saturn.
Right. Don't care. I don't care. I have it on Pandora's Key, and it's the real arcade version. American release, NTSC. If it's not a childhood-related memory, I don't want it.
What about Mario vs. Capcom?
What about it?
It's on Sega Saturn. Japanese.
Yeah, it's Japanese, though. I have it once again. I have Marvel vs. Capcom. I have the full arcade version. It just doesn't do it for me, man. I understand it's a good fighter, and I love the Saturn. I have all the good fighters you can have, except for, I think I'm missing Darkstalkers on Saturn. That's the only American fighter I have left to buy, which is not even the rarest one. I have all the better ones anyway, so I don't know. I'm just not into the Japanese thing, and it just doesn't do it for me. Now, I like the accessories. I like the controllers, you know, because there's just like upgraded versions of controllers, like the pads, or that thing I got for Soul Calibur 2, which is a Japanese only. But I don't really care about the games too much. It just doesn't do it for me, and that's what's beautiful about collecting, Doyle. You could be a weirdo and collect a bunch of Switch stuff, like you. Or you could be like me and buy a whole bunch of cool shit.
But the elitists are going to go after you.
Elitist? What elitist? People think I'm an elitist, which is hilarious. I'm everything but an elitist.
People that like go into detail with the gameplay and all that shit.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that's cool. I like the thing is, and this is the problem with a lot of people. People do shit to impress other people, and that's why I get on here and rave and rant and yell and scream about how you should collect and what you should collect. Listen, I don't care what you collect or how you obtain the items. Listen to me. Just make sure it's something you love. Other than that, you're playing yourself. Comprende?
You played yourself.
You played yourself. What song is that from?
Nas.
All right, motherfuckers. Round three. Doyle, give me a topic.
All right, we got the Crysis getting remastered.
Yeah, Crysis. Now, do you know the significance of the game Crysis? Do you know the inside joke about the game?
It's alright.
Well, I knew you didn't know. That's why I'm explaining it to you. So Crysis was a really dope first-person shooter released years ago, but it was super ahead of its time visually and certain gameplay mechanics. And the inside joke for years, because of how graphically intense it was yeah, but can it run Crysis? Because it would murder PCs back in the day. It's a PC game. It would murder PCs back in the day. Like, if you didn't have the illest graphics card, you had to run this game on fucking low at 10 frames. So, even today, if you go on YouTube and you bring up Crysis running on max settings on a computer, it still holds up today. I don't remember exactly what year the game came out, but it's been 15 years. I don't know. So I did read on, where did I get that source from? I think it was Hypebeast Gaming. I was on their website because I was looking at how they do their features, and they said that it's getting a remake, which is really cool. And I'm excited for it. And I don't know. I mean, I didn't read in detail when it's coming out, but if Crysis gets remade, fuck it. I don't know how much better they're going to make the graphics. And they're going to have a whole bunch of new jokes about if it runs on a PC or not. So, I don't know. The other thing that when I was reading through there was I saw Nintendo getting sued again about the Joy-Con controllers. Now, apparently there was some controversy about their Joy-Cons on the Switch, right? Initially, a long time ago. Like they stole that idea from from some company. Do you ever hear about that?
No.
So you never heard them about getting sued? Because they're getting sued by some company. Something to do with the Joy-Con, which are such garbage controllers. Now, I'm definitely biased. I hate the Switch. I hate everything about it. You love the Switch. Give me your honest opinion. You like Joy-Cons?
It's alright. I play with the Pro Controller more, you know?
Okay, it's alright, meaning they're garbage.
No, I mean, handheld mode is good. I mean, for that purpose, it's awesome.
And what about the horrible system in which they detach and they're not always accurate? I've seen people do horror stories of getting it stuck, like they put it on the wrong way.
Yeah? No,
You never seen
I
that?
had that issue.
I've seen people where I don't know how it works really, but they go to slide it on and it's in the wrong, like the track, and then it's stuck there. And then like, I think to get it off, you have to break something. So.
Yeah, I mean, it's like putting in the batteries wrong way. It's going to get fucked up.
You can get the batteries out if you put them in the wrong way.
But it's fucked.
Really? So millions and millions of dollars went into research to something that Nintendo possibly even stole and they still couldn't get it right.
Billions and billions.
Yeah. Billions and billions. Yeah.
That video I can watch.
That was the
Donald
best video ever. That was an old
Donald
video.
Trump going ham?
How no, the meme video I sent you years ago of it said how much money have you spent on your collection? And it's just different clips of Trump saying billions and billions and billions. I don't know. We laugh at stupid shit all the time. So anyway, yeah, I don't know if Nintendo, how that's really going to work. I just thought it was an interesting article about something to do with the patent or some bullshit about it. I don't fucking know.
I don't have any problems.
Yeah, your Switch is just consistently garbage. Never really goes back and forth.
No, it's great.
It just stays in the garbage mode.
And people like it.
Yeah. I know, bro. Doyle, that's part of the reason that I have a problem with it. And you specifically. If people liked eating dog shit for lunch, you would eat it and then go, yeah, but bro, people like it.
Nah.
Yeah, Doyle, you're one of the one of the most gullible people that I've ever met in my life. I've never seen anybody hop on a hype train like you before.
Flat Earth.
Anything. Flat Earth, yeah. So you believe the Earth is flat, right? We've talked about this briefly. Now we can get into it because we're on a fucking bonus episode, so I'll talk about what I want.
That's debatable.
Yeah, but anything's debatable. The fact you might be a millionaire in your lifetime, it's debatable. Highly unlikely, but debatable.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but you're now taking something that's debatable, and because you watched a couple of YouTube videos, you think you're a fucking expert, and now you believe the Earth is flat. And nobody, and I mean nobody, not one person that believes in flat Earth could tell me why it would matter if the Earth was flat. And that's where I draw the line with the argument. I need one person, anybody. Why does it matter, even if I found out right the fuck now that the Earth is flat?
They're hiding something.
Right. And what difference does that make, even if they were hiding something? Because I love when people get righteous, like they're going to do something about something. If there's something so secretive that through all these years we've been lied to that the Earth is flat and there's some other crazy shit going on, what the fuck do you think you're going to do about that?
Revolution time.
Right. So you and 16 other people think you're going to go in the streets and go, we know the Earth is flat and you're hiding something. Hey, bro, go to work, pay your bills, shut the fuck up.
There's people in Michigan going ham right now.
About what?
About like the lockdown. They
No,
don't
I think it was
locked in.
Minnesota. I could be wrong, but it is one of the two. You're right. It might be
they're
Michigan.
in the streets.
Right. You know why?
I might join them.
You know why? Because they're not making money and they have bills to pay. But okay, what's on the other side of that? The other side of that is risk your life possibly getting in contact with a disease that might kill you. well, I'd rather go down with a fight than, okay, bro. Yeah, you say that now until your holes look like, your lungs have holes that look like Swiss cheese from this shit. And then what are you going to do? Like, nobody's thinking rationally about any of this. And it's because of the pressure. Money. And money is the answer to everything, by the way. I love talking about money, and I love telling people that it is the most important thing when a lot of people don't want to admit it. Because guess what? If I gave you a bunch of money and told you to sit in your fucking house and shut up, wouldn't you do it? Like, way more money than you need right now.
Yeah, there's still people that are depressed.
Yeah, well, listen, I understand that too. Trust me. It is mentally taxing for long periods of time, especially if you're alone. Luckily, I've learned how to live alone. I've learned how to be with myself and chill with myself and my own thoughts and all that shit, so I'm good.
I thought you were going to get a pet iguana.
I was. I got, you know what? And recently, I've been thinking more about the pet game, but I'm just, now I can't. What am I going to do? Go to Petco? I can't. So, anyway, I don't know. Give me another gaming topic before we get too fucking crazy. The earth is not goddamn flat, okay? It's not. Definitively. Like, it's not.
You got to be open-minded. All right, so we got repro discs.
Yeah, you hit me up about this all the time. Dreamcast has always had repro discs. Now, I will say this. I would like to talk about people that refuse to acknowledge that some of the dilution in prices of certain games are due to the fact that eBay consistently sells repros. That is a real thing. I think we talked about that the other day, but it is a real thing, and it does affect the price overall. If a website like Price Charting is using completed sales from eBay to dictate what the current sale price of a game is, and let's say the last 30 sales of this 64 game were X amount of dollars, but 18 of those games were reproduction and they were sold at an eighth of the price, that now makes that, let's say it was a $60 game, now all of a sudden the game is $32. How don't you have to account for that? So, there's still people screaming from the hilltops that the gaming market is crashing. And like I went ham last time and some people didn't like my little attitude. I get a little sassy with it. So what? I'm passionate. Motherfuckers mistake me yelling and screaming and ranting about this shit for passion. And I always say, isn't there anything that everyone else is passionate about? Because that would really suck to go through life and just be like mediocre about everything and not have an opinion one way or the other. And believe in your opinion. Now, some people's opinions, unfortunately, are not based on experience and facts. They're based on emotion and whatever. So, yeah, but mine aren't. Like, I don't rave and rant about anything that I don't know about passionately. Like, I just don't. I rave and rant about fucking video games and prices of them, and that's because I'm engulfed in this shit, bro. I'm in there. I don't know. It's just that I got a lot of DMs from people. Most people were respectful and cool, but some people just don't understand where I was coming from when I'm telling you that, like, if you have a collection, man, don't be so quick to just get rid of it because you're scared it's going to be worth nothing. Why are you doing that, man? Because it's like, damn, bro. Like, I just hate to see people that are, like, collectors that aren't collectors. Like, damn, man, like, you fooled us, man. It doesn't mean anything to me. Like, it does no skin off my back, especially if you want to sell your shit for dirt cheap. Like, I don't know. Like, people just want to get out of it, so they're just done with it. Like, whatever.
Yeah, well, if you bought the game at $100 and now it's $800, why wouldn't you sell it, right?
Well, I think some of it's going the other way. I think some people bought it maybe for like a high price. Like, they went on eBay and paid $200 for a game, and now they could buy it for $60. And they're just like, fuck it, I'm getting out of it, man. I'll just sell it for $60, and it's going to be worth $10 at some point. As opposed to the other way around, which is just sit on it, enjoy it, and fuck it, it's going to go up eventually if it is going down. It's funny to watch people go back and forth. Is it me, or have you not seen prices go up? I've seen certain prices on certain games go down, but I've also seen other ones go up. Just like it always has been. I don't know. Have you noticed any dramatic crashes?
Not really. Probably like the more common games, like Super Metroid, maybe it's like $40 now.
Yeah, instead of like a 50. Yeah, it used to be like
$70.
I've noticed that too on certain titles like that. That used to be like, what's another one? SNES, though, as a system, I've noticed some fluctuation. I'm still a proponent of the PS2, Xbox, and GameCube. Those are the next ones that they're going up, man. They're going up for sure. I don't know how many people, understand that, or I've been telling people for years, buy up PS2, Xbox, and PlayStation if you can.
PS2
Or, I
horror
mean-
games, right?
GameCube. What?
PS2 horror games have gone up.
Dude, I'm so glad I got into them when I did, bro. I love horror games. It's actually one of my favorite genres of games, and I'm just so glad. I was like, I remember telling the dude that owned that game store years ago, listen, any horror games, especially for PS2 or Xbox, I want them. He would just put them all aside for me.
You got rid of some of the rare PS4 games you had, right? Like Godzilla and shit.
Yeah, I sold, because you know what, to me, like, once again, when it's not retro, it doesn't hold the same weight, and I think it's absolutely ridiculous that somebody would pay over retail for a PS4 game. I know there are people out there that love their PS4 and they love their physical games. Cool. You want to give me $160 for Godzilla? I'm going to sell it to you. Like, yeah, I'm passionate. I'm da-da-da-da. I'm not a fool. I bought that game for $60 when it came out. It sat on that fucking shelf forever. I played maybe 15 minutes of it. And some kid offered me $160 for it. Yeah, go ahead, bro.
Yeah, well, I'm saying with the collections, that could be the same shit, right?
I don't look at it that way, man. I don't look at it that way. I don't look at something like Godzilla that was made a year ago in a factory and it was just whatever. I don't care. And I don't care if it was made in limited numbers. It just doesn't hold the same weight as something made in 1995. It just doesn't. For me. I would never pay more than retail price for a PS4 game. Ever. In collector's edition, I understand that. I'm just saying, whatever the manufacturer's retail price was, a $60 game is a $60 game. If anything, it should go down. Now, 25, 30 years from now, cool, I get it. Just like 25, 30 years, NES games have went up, blah, blah, blah. You know, I see a spike in certain PS3 games, you know, because think about it, PS3 came out in 06. 06, bro. It's 15 years ago, roughly. That's crazy. Now we're starting to get into where it's like PS3 and Xbox 360 are going to be considered retro. They still got, to me, I don't know, do you have a solid, like a line of demarcation? Like, what's your thing when you call something retro? I go 20 years.
I say PS2, GameCube, Xbox.
20 years, right? We're at 20-year mark with those. To me, they're retro. So, you know, obviously PS3 would probably have to go into the 2026.
I think it depends who you're talking to, too, you know? Like, if it's younger cats, they might say, oh, PS3.
Yeah, but it's, to me, I go from when they came out. Whenever that game came out, that's when, you know, it's retro. Like, that's the year you got to start. So PS3 games came out 06. Meanwhile, they came out years after. But if a game is 10 years old, it's not retro.
And people are saying, like, the Nintendo DS is retro. You know?
When did that come out? What year was that?
Like PS3.
Around that time, yeah. I don't know if a DS is retro. It's older. I mean, retro. I mean, there's a gray area and there's a time where it crosses over. But like a Game Boy Advance is retro. Advance SP, those are retro for sure.
Game Boy Advance SP is 150.
Yeah, can you believe that? Can you believe that?
101 though.
Yeah, my 101, which I still think is the best condition working 101 ever. It's basically brand new. I got that. I paid $40 for that, and I thought it was ridiculous. I remember buying it from the dude at the game store, and I already had a regular SP, but I wanted the 101. Because the original one that I had from when I bought it when it was brand new was the Nintendo one, which was a 101 model. Remember there was NES.
Oh.
It looked like an NES. It had the little design on it. I bought that from Game Crazy on Hempstead on Hicksville Road. I love Game Crazy. Damn. I told this story once, but I'll tell it again. We'll end the show on this story. So, fuck it, I'll tell it. I don't care. I went to trade in my Xbox, OG Xbox, at Game Crazy for a 360, right? I said, fuck it, I'm buying a 360. I'm going to trade in this OG Xbox I had. And I asked my boy Eric, I'm like, I'm at my apartment. I'm going over to Game Crazy. Meet me there. We're going to chill. We'll go get lunch. I just want to trade in, get the 360, come home, help me hook it up. Let's play. Cool. We go to Game Crazy. We're walking around, looking at stuff. Game Crazy was cool. They had like a chain link fence wall, and they hung games on it. I love Game Crazy. I thought it was a cool store, even though it was, connected to Hollywood Video. And I didn't like Hollywood Video because they put Movie Land USA, the mom and pop store, out of business right next door, right across the street. There was also a Blockbuster right there too. But traded in my old Xbox, right? Cool, just bring it in. I had 2 controllers. I had a stack of games. Bring them in. Cool. Yeah, man, hey, I want to trade this in. Give me store credit. We'll do whatever. All right. He's like, I just have to hook it up, make sure it works. So me and my boy, I'm like, yeah, cool. So we're going to look at games. And I'm like looking at games. And I'm like, and the counter's over here. And I'm looking up shit. And he hooks it up to the TV. And I hear the, you know, the Xbox thing, right? And it starts up. The next thing I hear is porno sounds. I left a porno disc in the fucking Xbox. I had the little DVD thing. I had the little DVD, you know, the little eye. It was connected in
Big
there.
booty hose.
Yeah, big booty hose, 34. Yeah. Pimp, like some shit. It was some ratchet hip hop one too. It was some like Snoop Dogg porno shit. I don't know. And honestly, it wasn't even like hardcore porno. It was that. I think it was like a Snoop Dogg video. And it was like just chicks with titties. And he had his big goblet. You know, it was like stupid. But bro, as soon as I remember I heard like a rap song, like a cheesy generic early 2000s rap song. And then I just heard like a chick. And then I realized and I turned around and there was just titties. And I was like, my boy Eric dying laughing. He ran out of the store. The guy was so embarrassed. The guy like that worked at the store. He was like some weird dude too. Big, thick Coke bottle glasses. I remember that guy. He was fucking, dude.
He was pissed.
Dude, he was so. Thank God there was no like kids in there. Thank God, bro. He just swept it on the table. He was like, all right, man. He gave me the disc back. I'm like, nah, you could throw it out, bro. He wouldn't touch the disc either. He was like, you could take it out of the tray. I'm like, all right, bro. Anyway, got my Xbox 360. Got a bunch of cool games. Project Gotham Racing. I went home. I loved it. I hooked it up. That was the first time I had an HD TV too. Olivia 720p. That was dope.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
Now you got to get the 8K though.
No. Oh yeah, I mean 8K TV, sure. Yeah, when they have 8K games, I'll do it.
PS5.
Yeah, I'd be excited.
You see the new
It's not the
design?
PS5. It's not. That's
You
not
seen
it. It's
it?
a concept design. Stop sending me bullshit. That's not the real PS5. I'm gonna smack the shit out of
Should
you.
add PlayStation.
No. That was not the official. There was, if you read the goddamn caption, it said, "What do you guys think about this rendition of it?" You fucking moron. The controller though is real. And the controller's cool, the DualSense, but whatever. We're not going to get into that. So, anyway, I think we'll shut the show down from there. I think that's a great note to end it on.
Comment of the week.
There was no
I
YouTube
have
comment.
it here.
No, you're a scumbag.
How come there isn't a camera on Doyle?
Well, we already
How
know
do
that.
we know you're talking to somebody? That could be your imaginary friend.
Yeah, like that's why that's a ridiculous comment.
What do you mean?
There's not a camera on you. That's the point of the show. It's obviously a new. He hasn't been listening to the show for 35 episodes. But I respect it. First time listener. I respect it. God bless
Could be
you.
first time, last time because of that.
Could be. Well, that's fine. We love the last times too. That's fine. Shout out to the first time, last time customers.
A Hypebeast shit?
Listeners, not customers. No. Would you stop telling? We talked about the Hypebeast shit already, bro. Calm down about that. Anyway, thank you guys for checking out the show. We'll be back on Monday for another new episode. Might be dropping some content in between. Make sure, hit me up if you're watching the show. Repost it. All that good stuff. Until next time, peace.